Hello and good morning. Welcome again to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching again. And if you're watching for the first time, I do hope that you learned something meaningful from this video. This morning, we'll be looking at research, introduction to research methodology. We want to see exactly what it means to carry out research. What is research? As the word um, goes, research. That means we are trying to dig into what somebody has done before. Research. So you are checking again, you are searching again. Research is a systematic process of investigating a specific topic, a phenomenon, a problem, in order to generate new knowledge, to validate existing theories, or to develop a solution. Now, in research, what basically research does is it involves identifying a research question. If you want to carry out any research, the first thing you would do is to identify the question that you want to answer in your research. So you want to, let's say you want to find out, oh, why do goats get pregnant? Now you have to have a research topic. That is your research topic or your question, the top question, your research, your findings want to provide answers to. Now, when you find out your research question, the next thing is to begin to review relevant literature. Now, we begin to look at what other authors, other writers have done, what they found in regards to your own topic, in regards to the question, the research question you are posing. So, for instance, we want to find out, why do fair women get a lot of suitors, right? That's an hypothesis, that's a question, right? So you begin to review literature. So what has other author, what have they found in regards to what the question you are posing? So after searching that, next thing for you to do is to design a methodology. How do you intend to carry out this research? How do you intend to find solutions to this question you've asked? Those are the methodology. Then you also find out, okay, who are those that would answer the questions that I have in regards to this question, this research question that I'm posing, right? When you find out what your population or who your population will be in regards to your finding. So let's say, for instance, you're looking at factors influencing socioeconomic differences among people living in rural area of Lagos State, right? Factor influencing socio-economic differences among people living in rural area of Lagos State. Now, you then look at who will be your population. So you look at the area where you identify the rural area in Lagos State. So who would be your respondents that form your population? So when you find that out, you're already putting together your methodology. Then you find, how do you ask your question, yourself the question, how do you go about collecting data? Do you want to use questionnaire or you want to use interview? You ask that question. Then after collecting all my data, how do I analyze this data, and then so that I can draw out conclusion from the response that I get from the people based on that. So that is basically what research is. And we know the importance of research is basically to help us find solutions to problem, answer questions that are on our minds, and also help in decision making. When we carry out research and we get our responses, we get our findings, it helps us in decision making, policy formation, and also serves as a means to solve real world problem. Also, it drives innovation. Research is the driver of innovation and scientific discovery. Now, what are the types of research that we have? Research are classified into various types based on the purpose, your methodology, and the approach. Now, types of research are gotten based on the purpose of the research, that is the reason why you want to carry the research, the methodology, the ways in which you want to carry out your research, and the approach in which you want to carry out your research. So some these are the major types. We have the basic versus the applied research. So what do we mean by basic research? Basic research is also known as pure or fundamental research. This kind of research seeks to expound theoretical knowledge without an immediate practical application. It focuses on understanding principles, theory, mechanisms, and underlying phenomena. So in basic research, what you're trying to do is to expand knowledge. You just want to know. You're not carrying out this research so that you apply it immediately. No, but you're carrying it out so that knowledge can be expanded, so that you seek to gain understanding of certain theories or and why certain things actually occur. That's the reason why we carry out basic research. Now let's look at applied research. In applied research, it is directed. Applied research is usually carried out for immediate solving practical problem. So you want to solve a practical problem immediately, you use applied. That is when we carry out applied research. We also use it when we want to develop new technologies, right? And then when we want to, it applies theoretical knowledge to real world situations to improve process policies and practices. So the difference between applied and basic research is that basic research is just to expand knowledge, yeah, and then but it doesn't, you don't really need to practically apply whatever you found from that research immediately. But in applied research, you are applying it as you're finding out the if you as you're getting the findings from your research, you are applying it to real life situation. So we also have the qualitative versus the quantitative research. Qualitative research, when we say qualitative research explores human experiences, like what we go through in our day-to-day activity, what the human race is experiencing. Also, perception, we use it um, to to understand perception. Why do people perceive things or see things or interpret things the way that they do? And also, we use it to understand social processes. And most importantly, in qualitative research, the process uses non-numerical data. You don't use questionnaire in qualitative research. We use interviews, observations, and textual analysis, right? When we are carrying out qualitative research. In qualitative research, we do a one-on-one question and answer section, what we refer to as interview. So you ask your respondents, oh, how do you feel? What do you think about certain things? So during the course of this interview, you are not just looking out for what they are saying, you are also trying to find out what is not being said. You watch out, you observe facial expression, you also observe body language and every other thing that is not said in qualitative research. Some common methods we use in qualitative research is ethnographic study, phenomenology, and case study, as the case may be. So, what about quantitative research? What do we do in quantitative research and what makes it different from qualitative research? In quantitative research, it is number based, it is based on numerical data and statistical analysis. It seeks to test hypotheses and establish patterns or relationship between variables, right? It involves experimental, correlational, and survey research. Unlike qualitative research, where we carry out observation, interviews, and the rest, in quantitative data, in quantitative research, we collect data using questionnaires. Also, let's look at the descriptive exploratory. Also, before I go to the descriptive exploratory and the explanatory research, in qualitative and quantitative research, we can use both method in research sometimes, and that method is what we refer to as mixed method research. In mixed method, we use both the quantitative and qualitative research method. Now, let's look at descriptive, exploratory, and explanatory research. When we say descriptive, descriptive research aim at systematically describing characteristics of a population, a phenomenon, or situation. In descriptive research, we seek to answer the question what rather than why. In descriptive, we are trying to describe a certain situation. We are trying to answer the question what is this, what is, for instance, we want to look at what is marriage. We don't seek to answer the question why marriage, but we want to know what exactly is this situation, right? And then it employs, mostly we employ survey, case study, and observational method in descriptive research. Now let's look at exploratory research. In exploratory research, we conduct such research to gain insight into new situations. That is, let's say for instance, a topic is still very new or is poorly understood in an area where research is not so predominant and we don't have a lot of research in such area. That is when we carry out exploratory research. We want to find out about that phenomenon. We want to know why, you know, it seeks to help us identify and answer question of into new phenomenon. We want to understand what exactly is going on and why that phenomenon is existing, why it exists. In such research, we look out for to identify key variables and we formulate hypotheses for further study. Remember, I said that we use it for a new um, situation or situations that are poorly researched into. So, after such research is carried out, we formulate hypotheses to further such study. Then, the last one, explanatory research. That kind of research focuses on understanding cause and effect. Explanatory. We want to explain cause and effect. Why is it that if we do this, this would happen? We want to look at the reason why things happen the way they happen. Yeah, we then analyze variables and their interaction. Why is it that when a man and a woman, when they have sex, why do the woman get pregnant? Right? Why is it that it is after 9 months the woman has to give birth? Why can't she give birth the following week? We try to understand cause and its effect. Oh, if this happens, what will be the effect? That is the kind of answer explanatory research tries to answer. Then, what are the characteristics of a good research? A good research must follow a systematic and a logical approach. There is always a laid down rules and guideline that a research must follow. This is so that the answer you get from a research, when somebody else carry out that same research following the same systematic and logical approach, the person will be able to get that same result. Mostly that is what is done in in science, in our natural sciences. So when you throw something up, it definitely will come down. Anywhere around the world, you throw something up, it will come down. That's the law of gravity. But in social science is slightly different because we deal with human, and you know that human are not predictable. So the answer, the finding of our study may slightly change because we are dealing with human in social science, unlike the natural science. But notwithstanding, we have to follow a systematic procedure. Then it is a good research is usually based on empirical evidence. It has to be our research finding has to be based on empirical evidence. You don't deal with hearsay in research. It has to be something substantial to show something that we see, something that has over time, giving us constant or same result. It has to be empirical. Oh, okay, and it has to be objective. A good research must be objective. And in any good research, you have to follow ethical consideration. What do we mean by ethical consideration? That means whoever are your population, who you're seeking to get answers to the questions of your research from, they must be duly informed about what the research is, and also you must ensure that there is confidentiality, that whatsoever information they give, their identity would never be would never be revealed, come what may. So, and then when you inform them about the your research topic, and when you introduce it to them, they must also give their consent. They must agree to answer your question. If they don't agree, you don't go ahead with it. And in any time, during any time in your research they decide that, oh, I don't want to go ahead with this, you have to stop. You cannot force them into answering your questions. Also, anonymity, you must ensure that their identity is never revealed. Also, you must, one of the basic um ethical consideration is that you would avoid plagiarism. Don't copy another writer's work. So in another video, I'm going to talk about plagiarism and how to avoid it. Also, you must ensure fair and honest reports in your research findings. Okay, I haven't gone through all of this video. I hope you now understand what research is, the various type of research, and what a good research is all about, how it must go. Also, I believe that you understand what ethical consideration is in ensuring credibility and integrity in your research work. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.